Okay, so today's problem, we're going to focus on finding the longest substring in a string. So if you're giving a string, I want you to return to me the length of the longest substring. Maybe in the next problem, I'll do returning the actual string. But this is a really good problem because this focuses on sliding window algorithm. So here's my main. I use Go. I set up the stub code already where you call it, and let's run it. You can see that so far it gives you 0, 0, 0, 0. That's fine. So we need to create an algorithm that will give us our answer 31307. So the longest substring in ABC, ABC, BB is 3, which is ABC. You have the ABC and then it repeats A. So now ABC, that's a substring. ABC is also another substring. But ABC is the longest substring, so is BCA, so is CAB. But after that, it doesn't repeat. BBB, it's only all one. There's no repetition. So longest substring is B. PW, is 3. Is WKE. Why? Because if you see WKE, that's it, and then W is the next occurring character of the next occurring W. So the substring stops there. So WKE will become a substring because W repeats. So that's why. So here's my last name, Babatunde. So if you see BA, there's a BA, then B. So BA is a substring. However, BA starts another one, BA, and goes all the way. So there's no other B. So by default, this is the longest substring. If there was another B that starts here, that would have been a completely different answer, different scenario. And we'll test that as well. So let's see. So the first thing I want to do here is in the sliding window problem is I'm going to try and not make this video too long. We ran this already, so we saw 0, 0. I always like to get the length of S. I'm gonna say if n is empty, return n. That's a really simple one. This should still run. 0, 0, that's good. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, in order to make this work, I need a data structure that I can track when I see the next occurring character. So ABC and then A. So I need a way to track when I see it again. So honestly, the best place to do that is to use a map. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to call my map scene or last scene, whatever. Some type of, I can say do a make function map. Is it a rune or by whatever? I think it's rune. And then the capacity and the length shouldn't pass n. So I'm using Go syntax. And then, so basically I'm creating a map that would hold that will hold each character. So I would know when I've seen the last one. That way I'm tracking it. I hope that makes sense, by the way. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is I want a pointer that will let me know when I start counting and when I stop. So for example, A, I haven't seen it. B, I haven't seen it. C, I haven't seen it. A, oh, I've seen it. So that needs to be my start because this is when I start seeing it again. So I need something, say start, and my end, and I'll calculate my longest. Initialize all of them to 0. So now what I'm going to do here is that I'll just do a regular loop. And then this would be, and so let's say, I'm thinking about this. Let's see. So let's create my character first. I can say S of I. Okay, that's fine. So what I want to do now is that at some point in the code, I have to do this. Last scene equals I, right? At some point, what is it saying? Oh, byte. Okay. Okay, so at some point, this I have to add it to the map. So I'm taking the first character, ABC, A, added to the map, B, added to the map, C, added to the map. So now I've reached A now. So right now, A is going to, so the map is going to look like this. For those of you who are confused, you can say A is going to be 0, B is going to be 1, C is going to be 2, right, as of now. So now I'm reaching A again. I've seen it. So I need to do some logic to say, if I've seen it, start here, basically. So like start counting. So if I've seen it, so to do that in Go, I'm going to say if uh, range, oh, not range, I'm sorry. Last scene, last scene of my character. So okay is a boolean. So I'm saying okay, true or false. So if true, meaning I've seen it inside my map. Now I need to now start counting at the second A. So I'm gonna say my start now equals my previous plus 1. Why is that? Because my start is, this is where I want to start counting now, because this is where I'm seeing it again. A 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'm at the next one, 3. Now if my previous is 0, so 0 plus 1 is 1. So I want the start from here to here. So from the first A to where I'm at currently. So now my start is pointing to 1. Is it pointing to the first A? And now I need to find a way to calculate from the second A all the way to the first A. So that we have this. Something else I need to do is that I need to ensure that the start will not go out of range, that the index of the start, the check of it doesn't go out of range with previous. So I can do this and say previous is greater or equal to start. Just ensure that. All right, so now I need to somehow do the counting. So my start is here at the first A, and my current index is at the second A. Let's ignore the BCB. We just ignore that for a second. So my start pointer as of now is at the first A, and my current index is at the second A. I need a way to calculate that. So I can say my end equals, I can say my end equals my current. Well, my current is my I. So you know what? I like the word current better. Where do I have I? Okay. I can say my end equals my current minus my start plus 1. Because now n is now current is 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's ABC. So it's because of indexing, I added the plus 1. And then check to make sure that longest is always the longest. So I can say if end is greater than longest, my longest equals my end. This way, I can always return my longest. So if you see now, so in the next iteration, when it gets to A, start has moved up to the first A. My end now would be my current, which would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 3 minus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3. So end would be 3. And then is end is 0. And here is, so far is 0. Longest is what? 0. And then I can say if my end is greater than my longest, longest equals my end. Let me see if this makes logical sense. If end is 3, if end is greater than longest, yes, 3 is greater than longest. That makes sense. So my longest equals my end. Perfect. And then longest is, end is greater, so longest is 3, 3. Beautiful. So I'm going to run this code. And that works. So I get 3, 3, 1, 0, 7. So here's the window is from the start to the end. I hope that helps.